I caught my wife physically cheating on me with her coworker. So last night my wife said she was going out for drinks with her coworker Kim after work. I was snowboarding and got home early, so I asked if she wanted me to come out and grab a drink with them. She said no, that she wanted a girls' night out. Okay, cool. After a few hours she texted me that she would be home soon. She never told me where she was going, just that it was a bar near her work. Her job is 12 minutes away. So after 30 minutes I text her asking if she wants a ride and I don't get any response. This is super weird. We always stay in contact. She's never ignored me like this, so I'm worried, thinking she's got into an accident on the way home. Finally she calls back and says she is out having a smoke and about to drive home, but I can clearly hear she's drunk, so I tell her I'll come pick her up and go get in the car. She said she would text me where she is to go get her. After waiting for a location pin for too long, I called again and she told me she would drive herself home. That she is fine. She is in the car. She would see me soon. 15 minutes. This is around 9:30. She ignored me for another hour and accidentally called me and giggled, and I could hear what sounded like her trying to figure out how to get her car in reverse, and then she hung up. I'm freaking out at this point, worried beyond belief that she would get into an accident or end up with a DUI. Kim, who she said she was with, drove home drunk from her company's holiday party last month, and I've known women like her before and didn't trust her to safely get herself or anyone home. She finally texted me that she was on her way home some midnight. After ignoring my calls and texts for hours. When she got home I was so mad I didn't want to talk to her and asked her to go to bed. Before she did, she very drunkenly apologized and said I was right over and over again. She is normally not very apologetic, so that was odd. At some 1:30 in, trying to sleep after having a terrible night home alone, worried about my wife, and her phone starts getting texts. We don't have friends or family that would ever text at 1:30 in the morning. I look at her phone and it's from her coworker Mike. When I grab her phone and open it, she freaks out and grabs it from me, but not before I can see that there are 4 texts in this thread. 2 from him, 1 response from her, and another from him. All flirty. And they make no sense to start when they did. I'm freaking out now, asking what the hell this is, and she grabs the phone and runs away, accusing of not trusting her and stuff like that. I keep asking to see her phone, asking why she was texting Mike, what were those texts. She gives me the phone and the entire thread is deleted. I lock myself in our room, tell her to sleep on the couch and go to bed sobbing. In the morning I asked her to tell me everything, just don't lie, and she proceeded to lie. She didn't remember anything she texted. After refusing to tell me anything and just apologizing, she finally gave me her phone. I called her coworker Kim and asked what happened last night and when she left, and if there was anything she could tell me, because I think my wife may have cheated on me. Kim said she was with her all night, they played pool, they had a couple beers. She has no idea when they went home, but she didn't go home with anyone. Even tried to call Mike, the guy with the deleted text thread, and he just said nobody did anything wrong, nothing happened. They just had a beer and played some pool. Luckily iPhone has a recover text for the last 30 days. She didn't know. I found out that Kim didn't even go out last night. She texted my wife at 6 saying she wasn't going to make it. The texts my wife and Mike are only 30 days, but it's clearly longer. They are all flirty, they have dreams about each other, she wants him to use his imagination, that kinda shit. When I asked Kim why she lied for my wife, she just starting gaslighting me. Not super surprised since she's 60 and been through 3 marriages, but I did like her the time we met and hoped she would be of some help. So now my wife has lied to me, her coworkers are lying for her, and I can't trust anything she says. When I asked for her to tell me everything, she told me everything I already knew. When I told her that, she said this is the first and only time she's ever done anything like this. She said they only hugged. One of the texts she sent him said, "I really want to hug you now. I don't know what to do. I don't know how I can trust her again. I don't know if she physically cheated on me as well as this emotional cheating, and I'm not sure if it matters. Over the years she has accused me of cheating when I clearly haven't and never would, and now I'm wondering if all those times she was just projecting. I would really like some advice from people who've been emotionally cheated on. Please help me understand what I should do from here. We've been together for almost 8 years and I can't imagine I've actually wasted all this time with someone who would hurt me this badly." Reply 1. Here's my advice, from a guy who's into his second decade of marriage and who has gone through something nearly identical. First, accept that she fully cheated on you. This is not emotional cheating. This is full-on cheating. Replete with the gaslighting, lying, truth-trickling, etc. She almost certainly physically cheated, accept that. Second, you need some time apart. Ask her to stay with family, friends for a time while you decide how you're going to handle this. Her being around will only cloud your thinking. Third, mentally come to terms with divorce. That means visualizing life without her. It means creating a 6-month, 12-month, and 2-year plan. Calculate your finances without her, where will you live, what you will do socially, how you will improve yourself to find a new person. For me, once I came to peace with the idea that I would be okay without her. That I had a plan that could work. And that I could find someone else as good, or better, I was ready to decide whether I wanted to work on fixing the marriage or end the marriage. Once you're mentally ready, re-engage with her. Discuss whether she's willing to put in the effort to fix what she's broken. That should mean counseling and will be a long road to recover the trust lost. Trust is like a bucket, filled drop by drop over years. And unfortunately, she took that bucket and in one night dumped it out. If you decide to stay with her, you're starting overfilling that bucket. And having visualized and accepted a life without her, you'll better be able to make the decision whether you want to start over again with her or with someone else. Sorry you're going through this, but you'll come out the other side. Reply 2. Dude, she full-on cheated. She already proved to you that she will lie to you no matter what. You can't trust a single word she said. Expect the worst, and the worst is she hooked up with him. Toilet in the bar, or in the car. She fucked him or blew him. She was alone with him for hours after texting so much with him. What did you think they did finally when they had the chance to be alone? You need to kick her out. Lose this problem. She will lie to you, she told you already who she is, believe her. SHR tool the phone and accuse you of not trusting her. She will gaslight you into oblivion. If you want to live a normal, healthy, peaceful life someday, then she needs to go. Please divorce her. Else she will do it again, since she now knows she can do it, and you will forgive her and her friends will always cover for her. That means when she goes out you will always think she is out cheating, and that could be even true. She did it at least once that you know of. And all that texting are thousands of active decisions to cheat on you. She is and will never be sorry for what she has done. She will only be sorry for being caught doing it. Save yourself. I caught my girlfriend in a lie, and I'm shocked how sophisticated the lie was. I've been with my GF for a year. I'd say we have a good relationship. She was the one who asked me to make it official, and I'm posted on her Instagram. We both live with our parents, but hers are very strict and traditional. For the first 6 to 7 months, our relationship was like bliss. It was almost too good, to the point I used to wonder. It was like she was on her best behavior. It's important to mention that my GF's parents are very strict, and she had curfews, but I didn't know this at the time. I used to fully trust her, and take her word for everything. I remember thinking that I've finally found someone I can trust. One weekend we went on holiday. We've been on holiday before several times with no issue. In the evening, we started to talk about family and parents, and long story short, my GF opened up a little about her dad being very strict. I had no idea at the time, and it seemed like it was a little distressing. Later in the night, I think talking about her dad triggered something, and she ran off in the town center at midnight. We were outside a bar, I glanced away for 10 seconds and she was gone. Long story short, I spent the next few hours trawling the streets drunk trying to find her, until it was the early morning. I was about to call the police and her parents. She came in at 6 a.m. at the accommodation we had rented, literally looking like she had slept in the park. I asked what happened. Why did you run off? My GF revealed to me that her father is abusive, a control freak, and she hates him. I think she may have had a mental breakdown of some sort. He has tried to hit her, and is also abusive to his wife too. She has curfews, is not allowed out at night for nights out, and the fact she even has me as a boyfriend was a massive thing for her, as her dad wouldn't normally allow this. All other relationships she's had were done in secret. My girlfriend is used to lying to her father, although she doesn't lie to her mum, as the dad is abusive to both of them. She says she hates the man. A week before the incident happened, she was calling me her soulmate and stuff like that. It was almost like her true colors showed after this event, because our relationship started to go a little downhill. The reason I made this post. Recently, my GF went on a night out. It was planned on the day, and she texted me whilst I was working that her girlfriend had a spare ticket to an event, and it'll be a girls' night, her and 2 other girls. Later in the evening she called me, and said she's going. I asked her a little more about the event, and she said it's an open invitation, implying if I wanted to come, but I said, no, it's just a girls' night so I won't. They were going to go to her girlfriend's house, and then get their mum to drop them into the town center. That's cool. Later in the night, I see my GF reposting her Insta story she's tagged in, and she's with her male friend, who I know, but it looks like they're in a hotel room. I have her male friend on Insta, and in another story he has a group pic of 4 girls, one of them is my GF, and 4 guys. Later on I confirmed this was everyone who was in the group. Now here some alarm bells went off. My GF was meant to be with 2 other girlfriends only. In the group pic, none of her 2 girlfriends were there. At this point of time, I'm at home thinking it's a girls' night out, and she's at her friend's house. After seeing the story, I get a message from my GF. OMG, you won't believe we bumped into Megan, friend from the second group, and all her mates. No mention of any hotel room or anything, but I knew she was in a hotel room drinking with these guys and girls based on her friend's Insta story. I asked her, no way, haha, you bumped into them at your girlfriend's, group 1's, house. She replied with, no, we are out. Her reply made me realize that something is off. She said her friend, group 1, needed the toilet really bad, and they stopped at the hotel. No mention of them stopping at the hotel, going up to a friend's room for drinking, basically joining a party, no nothing. We live in a busy city, and there is bar after bar in the town center. If you were desperate to use the bathroom, you would never skip all the bars you were walking past, and head to a hotel to use a bathroom. This is what didn't make sense to me. I got some more details out of her the next day as I didn't buy the explanation, and she basically said they were trying to get to a bar and her friend could not wait, so they went to the hotel as it was on the way. This was impossible, because the bars came first, and they'd need to walk an extra 1 to 2 minutes to get to the hotel and take a small detour. Anyways, I'm at home getting this text off her. No mention she's at a hotel room with other guys and girls. Later on at 2 a.m. she posts a Snapchat story of her dancing with all the people from the second group, but none of her two original friends were there. At this point, I was almost adamant she had lied to me, but I had no concrete proof. We were meant to see each other the next day anyways, so I asked her how her night went. At this point, if it wasn't for the social media stories, I went to bed thinking my GF had a girls' night with two friends. My GF then told me her story. She went to her friend's house, group 1, and then their mum dropped all three girls to the club. Because the club hadn't opened yet, they walked to a bar, but her friend was dying for the toilet, so they stopped at the hotel, as it was on the way, and came first. This is not true. Whilst her friend was using the bathroom at the hotel bar, they happened to bump into one of her friends from the second group who happened to be pre-drinking in a hotel room upstairs. So my GF and two friends joined the second group in the hotel room. Everyone from the second group were also going to this same event, so it made sense. Now, the chances of this happening are so slim that I just didn't buy it, but I gave my GF the benefit of the doubt. They all went out to the event in the end. Over the past days, I brought up this night out again in conversation. Not like, you're lying, but more in conversation and get more details about the night. I kept giving her chances of coming clean and telling the truth, but she stuck to this story. I asked her in particular which friends she was out with, exactly which bar they were looking to go, and I sorta implied that her bumping into her friend in the hotel is 1 in a million. My gut knew I was being lied to, but I didn't tell her. Fast forward, I joined a night out with my GF and two of her friends from the hotel room. My GF was still making her way, but I was speaking to her friends at the bar. The story he told me was completely different. The real story. He messaged my GF that she should come out to the event, and they have a hotel room and she should come meet him and others there as they're having a little party. I asked him if she came by herself, and he said yes, she came by herself, no other girls. I also asked him if he actually messaged her to come meet them in the hotel room, and he said yes, it was planned. This refutes what my GF saying it was a chance encounter. My GF's male friend also said to invite me at the time, but she said, he's busy. My GF didn't even ask me. Later in the night, I asked her other friend if my GF came alone, and she also confirmed. I didn't tell them that my GF told me something else, as I didn't want to start an argument on a night out. Basically, my GF lied to me about this night out, and I'm genuinely surprised on how good her lie was. It was so good that I almost bought it had she not mentioned the hotel room along with the social media posts. I'm shocked how well she can lie to my face, and she tells me she loves me. I'm all over her social media. At this party of hers, she met 4 other guys and followed them on Insta, who are friends of her male friend, and she has started to like one of the guys' posts. Insta is set as public. Normally, I couldn't care, however now I feel like I can't trust her. In a group picture at the event, she has her arm around a guy's neck, like a best friend type of arm around the neck. It was super close. There were guys and girls in that pic, but that was the first time she met that guy. I appreciate in pics you do that, but it was close enough that you'd think he was the boyfriend. Throughout our relationship, I told her how important trust is and told her there is no love without trust. I'm not sure if her lying to her father all her life has something to do with it. I now question everything my GF tells me, because I don't know if it's the truth or not. I don't know if I should call her out on it, or if I should tell her friends that she lied to me about the night out. I don't like others knowing about our relationship problems. I'm not sure if I should act a bit more naive and see if she slips up on anything again before speaking to her. Reply 1. You don't have a healthy relationship. Trust is needed for that and you don't have it. And if you call her on it, She is going to say that you are controlling, just like her dad. She went to a party where you were invited but she wanted to be solo. No one needs to be a mind reader to understand why that would be. Walk away. She is doing as she wishes and uses her previous abuse as her license to do as she sees fit, regardless of your feelings. That is not going away. Do yourself a huge favor and send her on her way. Reply 2. You're seeing the red flags. Sometimes it's a matter of weeks or months. Dating is about finding one you hope will be the one forever. She's not that one. As much as it hurts, you're better off breaking up and moving on before you invest more emotion in the relationship. She had an opportunity to see if she could upgrade, took that opportunity, and it isn't working out. She lied, she'll lie again, and probably a good portion of her life she shared is also a lie. There are women out there who will be faithful and honest. You just have to look and pay attention to the flags.